Well, I don't know who thinks of the order presentations here, but typically when we use words like illustrious and enduring, we put those people, at the end. Anyway, my name is Ryan Jacobson, and I'm just in the process of completing my undergraduate degree in psychology at CUNY University, as Denise mentioned. I'll be putting the finishing touches on that the next month here, so I'm looking forward to that. I've been asked to share a little bit with you just about how I came to get involved with conducting research at the Hope Foundation. It is a privilege for me to be here and to speak to you today, since I feel very fortunate about how the opportunity to get involved at the Hope Foundation came about and how events have kind of fleshed out since then. As tempting as it can be for me to think that I would have ended up walking the same road by virtue of a different set of circumstances, I'm sure that wouldn't have been the case if Denise hadn't had a faculty position at the University of Saskatchewan before being at the U of A. I had an eye towards pursuing an advanced degree in counseling psychology since returning to full-time studies in 2009. Having grown up in Saskatoon, I contacted a couple friends of mine who had gone through the EdPsych program there, and just kind of talking a little bit about my hopes and plans for the future and aspirations. And it wasn't long after talking to either of them that they independently said, well, you have to get in touch with Dr. Denise Larson if you can. So that speaks volumes about who you have in place at the Hope Foundation, I think. So after spending some time familiarizing myself with the Hope Lit database, I drafted an email, which was what seemed to me like an appropriate amount of name dropping of you guys in order to justify such an unsolicited contact attempt and hope for the best. At the same point in time, I had also been developing an interest in positive psychology. My related reading always led me kind of time and again to reflect on hope, its nature, application, and study, which always just seemed like a worthwhile endeavor to me. Also led me to develop a relationship with my current supervisor, Dr. Andrew Howell, who is well versed in positive psychology and increasingly in areas of hope. It wasn't long before I actually heard back from Denise, and she informed me that she had some free time that afternoon if I wanted to swing by and get a better idea about what it is they do at the Hope Foundation with respect to research, education, counseling, and group therapy, among many other things. After talking about considerable experience with both research and practice, in addition to my need to decide on a research topic for my honors thesis, we began to bat around the possibility about maybe doing something joint or merging interests at the Hope Foundation. Anyway, to me it all really seemed quite fortuitous at the time. I was building relationships with Denise, the people at the Hope Foundation, and along with my current supervisor. At that point in time, I had just recently decided not to continue with another prospective supervisor who would have had me studying cognitive science and memory as it relates to things like forensics, forensic psychology, psychopathy, just interesting stuff. I just don't think you can get any different. But I was feeling a little precarious at the time, not wanting to strain relationships. Anyway, Andrew had also been curious about the Hope Foundation for quite a while. So having the opportunity to be involved in this applied positive psych research, even just in a strictly supervisory capacity for him, was quite exciting. Normally you're always dealing with undergrad populations. You just kind of load in some questions and the intro psych students rattle off the answers, and that's their data pool. So doing something that was real life with people in going through real challenges was appealing to us both. Denise and other members of the Hope Foundation team also seemed familiar with Andrew, my supervisor, and his research, and seemed to be keen to build relationships that way. So after we all met, me, Denise, Rachel, and Wendy, I believe, to discuss the possibility of merging interests, I remember just being struck by how open and welcoming staff was, and how, as well as how natural the whole arrangement seemed to feel for everyone involved, if I could be so bold to say that. Their willingness to collaborate with us, as well as the complete lack of needless institutional red tape, has made the whole experience not only possible, but decidedly enjoyable and rewarding for us. So the research I'm doing pertains to the Hope and Strengths group, being hopeful in the face of chronic pain, that the Hope Foundation offers for people suffering from chronic pain. Specifically, we're looking at changes that people experience as a result of taking part in the intervention, as it pertains to their level of hope, happiness, which is measured by the extent to which participants lead what they would qualify as meaningful, engaged, and the word I'm looking for, meaningful, engaged, and pleasant lives. The degree of their acceptance of their chronic pain condition, as well as their level of pain catastrophizing. And because of the small sample size, the results should be treated as somewhat preliminary and exploratory at this point. However, participants' responses indicate positive changes from pre to post on all of the included measures, and a number of significant differences were observed, especially in the areas of pathways, pleasure, engagement, and activities engagement, suggesting that the group was successful in facilitating improvement in the lives of participants in these aspects of hope, happiness, and acceptance. Okay. If anyone's interested, on that note, I'll be completing the thesis within the next few weeks. Visiting results on the 10th of April at McCune University. If anyone wants to come by or wants the results or the study, you make that all available to you. If you get in touch with me. Let me know and I'll be happy to oblige. And on a related note, I just recently learned that my application to the EdPsych program was approved at the U of A. So I hope and plan to remain involved in this and related hope research in the coming years. My experience with all the staff and participants at the Hope Foundation has been incredibly positive, welcoming, collaborative, and supportive. It's a very dynamic place where everyone seems to be decidedly open to the realm of possibility, which, as I'm learning, may very well be what makes it a definitively hopeful place. So, thank you.